Welcome to Shenzhen, China's Silicon Valley of hardware. A city packed with electronics market and tech stores everywhere. Walking around here feels like AliExpress in real life. So let's go check out some of Shenzhen's tech stores. It's 10 in the morning and we just arrived in Shenzhen after taking the overnight train. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. We tried to check into our hotel, but it was way too early. At least we managed to leave our bags there. From the very first moments here, Shenzhen already feels very different from Shanghai. First of all, the weather is amazing. It actually feels like spring. And if I thought there were a lot of scooters in Shanghai, here it's absolute madness. There's a sea of scooters everywhere and somehow it feels even more chaotic. I know, it looks pretty empty right now, but this street is actually quiet. We don't really have a lot of plans here. We just know Shenzhen is supposed to be an amazing place for tech shopping. So today we want to explore some of the stores and see what they're like. From what I've heard, you can pretty much find anything tech related you can imagine here. According to a map, this is the first building we're going to explore for tech shopping. But from the outside, it honestly doesn't look like there are any stores here. Actually, never mind. I just spotted a sign over there saying there are 10 floors. So yeah, this place might be way bigger than it looks. So I think this board here shows what's on each floor in the building, and I also see some big brands. I kind of expected this to look more like a clothing mall with wide hallways and big stores. But instead, it's full of these tiny little tech shops everywhere. Every time I order something from AliExpress, this is exactly how I imagine the place looks like. Just endless little shops packed with electronics. And who knows, maybe one of my orders actually came from here. Oh look, I see Dyson here. And some headphones, watches, I don't know, a lot of stuff. Though I don't really see any prices displayed. So now I'm wondering, do you actually have to negotiate here? Oh look, even more Dyson. Oh look, these are some pet robots. I think it's still pretty early because most of the shops seems to be closed. I saw that many of them open around 10, so I guess we're just a bit too early. I guess everyone here runs their own little business, so probably just open whenever they want. This one looks like a musical shop. Or drones, I don't know, they have everything. This is some audio shop. Security camera shop. I've noticed people keep asking us what we're looking for, but we didn't really come here with anything specific in mind. Still, it feels like if you actually know what you want, you could probably find it here. Each floor is dedicated to a specific category, which makes it pretty easy to go straight to what you're looking for. And this is just a little peek at how big this place actually is. It honestly feels like it goes on forever. And over here seems to be a lot of Dyson-like products right next to audio gear and filming cameras. I don't know why there are so many hair dryers here. It feels like every corner has a different category of products and somehow hair dryers everywhere. Anyway, I am actually looking for an SSD, so we stopped at one of the shops to ask about the price. And honestly, it was pretty similar to what I've seen on Amazon, so not necessarily cheaper. I didn't try to negotiate though, that's just not really my thing. We walked through all the floors and I'd say about 70% of the shops are still closed. But on every floor there are piles of packages everywhere, all ready to be shipped out. From here we're going to explore the area, because I have a feeling this huge building was just the tip of the iceberg. And out here there are a few stalls selling products. Look at the trees, they are in full bloom. It's around 15 degrees, it feels really nice. You can already notice that there are way more scooters riding on the sidewalks here. I think pretty much all the buildings around us are actually electronics markets. In this area you can also find stores from bigger brands like Huawei, Apple, DJI, Lenovo and so on. We sat here on this bench for a few minutes and we already saw a couple of almost accidents with scooters on the sidewalk. You really have to pay attention here. We also checked out some of the bigger stores around here. But I'd still like to go into another mall like the one before, just hopefully one that's a bit more lively.
Sounds fine. I know, thank you. Ah.
All together. Yeah, the base.
Ah. Hey, Mishto. Ladies and gents.
Yeah, listen together. 2, 2, 1. 2, 2, 1. Yeah.
Ladies and gents. No way. It's really nice. Ah.
We found this mall where most of the shops are actually open and there are way more people here. It's also so much brighter than the other one. So far we've seen these small stalls but also bigger stores selling branded cameras and a few smaller shops with DJI products. At first we were impressed to see a DJI store here, but it turns out there's basically a DJI store on every street corner. This mall just goes on and on. It honestly feels endless. Compared to the previous mall, here we're still seeing a lot of hair dryers, but also many other things. There are drones, smartwatches, cameras, memory cards, cables, even toys. It's kind of a bit of everything for everyone. And unlike the other mall, here I've actually started to see some prices displayed. The fatigue from the overnight train is definitely starting to kick in. It's actually pretty hard to walk through these huge markets when you don't have something specific in mind. But as we keep walking through, you can see this place just keeps going. It feels endless. Oh look, they have some cute horses from the New Year's. I checked out quite a few shops and saw a lot of interesting things. Some useful, some not so really. But like the proper tourist I am, I'm leaving with a magnet and a keychain. A lot of products do repeat from shop to shop, but I guess that makes sense. Everyone is just selling what people are buying. And this is roughly how big this market is. It's finally time for check-in, so I'm heading back to the hotel to rest for a few hours. And let me give you a quick tour of the room. Right at the entrance there's a small kitchen area with a sink, a stovetop, an oven and even a washing machine. They also gave us some complimentary water and tea. We have a spacious bed and wardrobe. And a big window, but no balcony. The couch and the desk are welcome, they are helpful. I'd say the cleanliness is pretty similar to what I saw in Shanghai. It's not exactly spotless. The curtains and windows are a bit dirty, the light switches are kind of dark and stained, but overall it's not really dirty either. The bed sheets and towels look clean, which is what matters the most. And moving on to the bathroom is actually pretty spacious. It has everything we need, and in the shower they even provide shampoo and shower gel. We also got some sleepers, but I prefer to use mine. I'm going to take a short rest now and I'll be back later. If you remember from the previous videos in China, I was really hoping to find bao buns. And I finally found a place here in Shenzhen, so I'm really excited to try them. But first we started with some soup dumplings with ginger broth inside, and they're really good. And on the side we had some monk fruit tea. I didn't really know what to expect, but it's extremely sweet, probably not something I'd order again. We also tried some noodles on the side, which were really good, but those 3 yellow buns are definitely the stars here. The dough is really good, but the custard isn't the creamy custard I was expecting. It's different. The vanilla filling is very runny, but it's still really flavorful. Anyway, it definitely satisfied my craving. They are really good. So far, Shenzhen feels like a city of contrasts. You see the tall, modern, beautiful buildings, and right next to them there are similar older blocks that look quite worn down, sometimes even with trash around them. But at the same time, the city itself doesn't really feel dirty overall. But I have to admit, the scooters are probably the biggest culture shock here. Walking on the sidewalk almost feels like a bit of an adventure. In some places, like here, they actually have their own lane, but in other places we're all sharing the sidewalk. Look at these people, they are just casually hanging out on the crosswalk. And I'm seeing so many different ways people transport things on scooters. Look at this one coming, he's riding his scooter and pulling a basket behind him. Crossing any street feels like total chaos, but somehow they're actually pretty good at avoiding you. And on these smaller streets there are a lot of trees all lit up nicely. And I'm not sure it's because of the holidays or if it's always like this, but the area feels really lively at night. Our hotel is also very close to the main shopping area, which is nice because we can just walk everywhere. On the sides there are a lot of small restaurants and street food spots. I found this Sanrio store, and since I'm not really a Blabubu fan, I decided to try one of these random blind box toys instead. I want to experience this whole unboxing thing, so let's see which one I get. Okay, unboxing time.
Okay.
Oh, it's yellow. I think it's pochaco. Yes, yes it is. So cute.
Hey.
And look at this. If you press on the face, you can actually swap the expressions. That's pretty cool. And that's it for today in Shenzhen. I hope you enjoyed exploring these tech markets with me. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.